enhanced autopilot. Just being in stop and go LA traffic, just having that autopilot lets me relax a little bit more, feel a little bit more zen when I'm in traffic. So yeah, I would say that's another favorite thing of mine.
Welcome to the EVs with Kaz podcast. Each episode is a conversation with someone who drives an EV on a regular basis. Let's hear from today's guest. Hey everyone, it's the EVs with Kaz podcast, and today I'm here with another fellow Tyco drummer, Audrey. Hi Audrey.
Hi.
So Audrey, what kind of car do you have?
I drive a 2018 Tesla Model 3 with the long-range battery and rear-wheel drive. So I don't think they make my specific combination anymore. Oh. I think. Fact check that maybe later, but I think so.
You were a pretty early adopter, right? Were you on the wait list when you?
Yeah. Or more specifically, my dad was on the wait list because my mom was interested in an EV car. But then she decided that the car looked too young for her, so then I kind of swooped in and was like, hey, maybe I'll go ahead and take that waitlist spot for Mia. So that's how that happened. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Cool. Were you interested in EVs before that?
I was interested. I had been driving before this car. I had been driving a 2007 Honda Civic for like 12 years. And then around year 10, the car started to have some issues. The biggest one being that the engine block had a crack in it. So coolant would leak and the engine temperature would get really hot. So that kind of prompted me to start looking into a new car. And that prompted me to look more into alternative fuel vehicles. So that, I think, that kind of sparked everything for me.
Do you remember what stuff you were looking at the time? Other
non-gas
cars?
Well, actually, oh man, do I remember? I was actually looking for a bigger car because I was interested in a bigger car, but then my then boyfriend, now husband, got a RAV4, so that kind of fulfilled that need for us. But I don't remember what else I was looking at. I just remember that at the time, I felt that no other EV on the market could compete with the range that this car had at the time anyway. So that was kind of maybe the deciding factor for me.
Yeah. Can you charge where you live?
I can charge where I live, but we had to get a 240 volt outlet installed in our place. So we had to hire an electrician to come out. We had to get a city inspector to come out to inspect the work to get the permit, the proper permit. And because I live in a condo that belongs to an HOA, we had to get a letter of permission to modify the property. So it was kind of a couple steps, but ultimately it was worth it to be able to charge at home.
Yeah, do you remember about how long that took?
Oh God, there was a lot of back and forth because we had some of the paperwork there were issues with, but maybe the installation from reaching out to the actual installation was about a month, I would say, and then getting the inspector to come out and making sure all the paperwork worked out, maybe like 2 months. So total, like 2 to 3 months, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The paperwork was the cumbersome part.
About how much do you drive, like on a weekly basis?
Yeah. So my work commute is round trip 40 miles, and then about 3 times a week for Tyco things, I'll drive out to LA. So that's about 100-mile round trip. So on average, what's the average of that? Maybe like 60 miles a day for a commute. Yeah, I would say.
Okay, so you have like plenty left over for with your big long range battery.
Oh yeah, plenty. So yeah. I'll just charge up to 80% of the battery capacity a night, and that's plenty. So I don't ever have to stop off at a supercharger or anything midday or anything.
Have you gone on road trips with your car?
I've gone on exactly one from Southern California to Northern California. So that's the only time. And for that road trip, we stopped off at the supercharging station off of Kettleman, I think. And it's one that has like the lounge in it. So yeah, it has the the code entry, so it feels very like, I don't know, luxurious a little bit. So yeah, that's the only time that we've done a road trip, I think.
And then how was that like supercharge experience?
It was smooth. Yeah, we I don't remember how long it took, but it was fairly easy. I think we just, we grabbed in and out. We went to the supercharger station. We charged for maybe like 20 minutes, or we sat there for 20 minutes while eating, chilling out in the lounge. And yeah, it was fine. Yeah, smooth.
Did you just do it one time for that whole thing?
On the way up, I think it was just once. And then when we got to my family's home, then we needed to charge there, obviously. So I want to say it was just once. Maybe we stopped off again just to top it off, just to feel like we were going to make it for sure. But I think, yeah, maybe just the once. Maybe twice. Once, 1 to 2 times.
Well, either way, you didn't have like any major problems, like
no major problems. No.
So then, it sounds like you probably have not encountered range anxiety.
The only time I experienced that was when I forgot to charge my car like 3 days in a row or something like that. So then I was like, maybe I should, look into, just to make sure that there was somewhere I could charge along my commute. But when you navigate in the car, it'll show you an estimate of how much you'll have remaining for the round trip. So that was reassuring. So it ended up being fine, but that was a little bit nervous.
Yeah. Do you feel like the range estimator in your car is like pretty accurate?
Pretty accurate, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really helpful. Mine too. Like, I don't get the whole range anxiety thing. I think it's like, I guess if you're coming, like you first get into your electric car from coming to gas, you're like, oh no, I don't know. I didn't get that either. But like my car's thing is pretty accurate too. And
what are you driving right now?
I have a Chevy Bolt.
Okay.
Bolt with a B. I don't know why Chevy named.
It's very
they had the Volt with a V.
Yeah, Volt
and then
with a V.
Bolt with a B. It's like, why?
Yeah.
At least they canceled the Volt, so they didn't have 2 on the market at the same time, I don't think.
But still, yeah.
So what are your favorite things about, some of your favorite things about your car?
I would say the first thing that comes to mind is a lot of the convenience features that it has. Getting software updates over Wi-Fi has been incredible. Just like the car just, improves little by little regularly, which is great. The Tesla mobile service I've taken advantage of a couple times, just things that, I don't know, little car things that I don't need to bring into the service center. Someone just come out to me to fix it. So that's been really convenient. And just charging at home is just life-changing. I don't have to go to a gas station anymore. And I think, it's been really nice. So convenience, I would say, is my favorite thing about the car. Also the enhanced autopilot, just being in stop and go LA traffic, just having that autopilot kind of lets me relax a little bit more, feel a little bit more zen when I'm in traffic. So I would say that's another favorite thing of mine.
So I remember back when your car came out, I think they had like 3 levels of autopilot you could buy. Did you get?
I got the full package. So I guess invested in the full self-driving. And of course, that's not fully live yet. So yeah, that's the one I have.
Do you remember how much that was?
I can look it up.
Because I think now it's up to 15,000.
I want to say
it's like 12 or 15,000.
That was the thing. I was like, I think I'm gonna definitely want this, so I'll pay, I guess, the lower price now at the time of getting the car. Let me check.
I feel like it was like 3,000 back then.
I want to say 3 to 6. The enhanced autopilot was 5,000, and the full self-driving capability was 3,000. Yeah, you were correct.
Oh, was it? But it was 3,000 on top of that, right?
Yeah, 3,000 on top. Yeah.
So 8 total.
So 8 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 total.
So yeah, now I think it's 12 or 15,000. So you.
Hey. Yeah.
You got a good deal.
Yeah, good deal. We'll see when it, happens.
Do you use any of the features of the full self-driving right now? Or like what it is at the moment?
So
just like lane changing.
I think lane changing, is that the full self-driving or is that just enhanced?
So.
Then I do use the lane changing. I I know there's, like you said, there's 3 different tiers. I forgot like which features belong to which tier.
Yeah, because they brought back the enhanced autopilot.
Oh,
I think.
They brought it back.
Yeah.
I see.
They only had like the baseline, and then they had full self-driving,
Yeah.
and then they just brought back. So I'm not actually sure
I
what.
see.
Like I know they have the something I found when I was driving the Y was the green light dingy thing. Do you have that?
Yeah. Mm.
I think that's helpful. Like I'm usually paying attention, but
Right.
even still, like if you're, whatever, I zone out sometimes.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
red
yeah.
lights, you know, you're like, oh, green light. And
Right. Yeah, true. I don't have that on, but I do know what feature you have. You're talking about.
Do you ever use the self-parking or summon?
I've used the summon maybe twice, just for fun and just to show, like friends, like, hey, look, I can summon my car. But it's not a feature I take advantage of very often. Yeah, and the auto park, it's kind of hit or miss for me. I feel like it works in mysterious ways for parallel parking, but I've used it maybe once or twice, and it was fine. Yeah.
Whenever I've rented a Tesla, like you don't get access to the app, so I can't try any of those things.
Yeah.
So like Audrey's car's like over there.
We can try summoning it.
maybe in a little bit.
Okay.
But I was wondering like so her car's just I don't know if you can even see, but it's just like right over there. Like would you be able to have it like come up here? Does it do that yet, or is it just like forward and back?
No, it can come over here. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I did before.
Oh, maybe we should try that.
Yeah,
later.
we should totally try it. Yeah.
Because it's pretty. There's not like cars coming around here.
Yeah.
If it messes up.
That's the only time I've used it. It was like a big open lot with no cars around. I was like, okay, I'll try it, and my car kind of like swooped up to me. So, yeah.
Anything else that you particularly enjoy about the Model 3?
I think the things I talked about are the main things. I think just transitioning from gas to electric, I just really like the quiet, smooth, but fast feel of an electric car. So yeah, I think going green was definitely important to me, but the performance of the car was really important to me too. So yeah, that's something that I like about this car. I know it's not unique to this specific model, but EV cars.
Yeah, same too. Like I originally got my first electric to save money.
Oh, sure.
Because the car I had took premium, and like the Nissan Leaf, the price like totally dropped.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, like cool, I can afford this. And then it was like, oh, it's fun. It's like peppy.
Yeah.
You're not burning dinosaurs.
Did you get range anxiety with the Leaf?
Not really.
No.
Yeah, like the range estimator on that one was pretty okay too.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was as good as the Bolt, but yeah, I've even gotten down, like with my Bolt, I've gotten down to like 1%. My Leaf too, I think I've gotten down to 1 or 2%. But it was like planned. It was something where I'm like, okay, I know when I get to this charger, I'm gonna be like on fumes. But
right.
Yeah, so I haven't really had that yet. I don't think I'll ever get it. Like, I don't know, just not. I've only run out of gas once in my life. And that was on my motorcycle.
Yeah.
Because like with a lot of motorcycles, they don't have gas gauges. The way you see how much gas you have is you open the tank and you look inside.
Really?
Or you jiggle it to see if you hear slushing.
Wow.
And that's how you know if there's gas.
That's anxiety inducing. I feel anxious when I don't drive a motorcycle.
Yeah, so that was the only time. Have you ever run out of gas?
Never. But because my nature is to procrastinate and be lazy, I will like go up to the wire, I think, with an empty tank.
Yeah.
But I've never run out.
Yeah, Risa, my girlfriend, will like once it gets to the where the light comes on, she's like, oh, I have another like 60 miles or something. Oh my God, like I can't do that.
I relate to that, but I did get very anxious when I did that, but I still did it anyway.
Yeah. See, so range anxiety happens with gas too.
It's true. Oh yeah.
Not just electric.
Definitely.
It's not even electric for me, but I don't know. If there's any other favorite things, go ahead. If not, how about least favorite?
Least favorite things. So I mentioned the auto park. I think this isn't a big deal, but some of the auto features work mysteriously, I think. So the auto park, the auto wipers sometimes are kind of interesting. They'll just kind of go off and I'm like, it's just like a sprinkler or something.
Oh.
And the auto, there was one more thing. Oh, the auto high beams. They'll kind of go off and I'm like, oh, I don't really need it. It's fine.
Oh, I had that happen to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was driving the Y in like downtown Pasadena or like Old Town Pasadena. There's plenty of lights everywhere. There's no like blind dark corners and the high beams are just going on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, I'm being a dick. Like I don't know. And then I didn't know how to turn it off because I was just like renting the car.
Yeah, even me, I'm like, you have to kind of go into the menu and it's like, struggling to turn it off.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's kind of a thing. I find that, and I haven't used them recently, but I very often use the video apps in the car, in the theater. So watching Netflix and things when I get to appointments early. And the video apps kind of run slow. Maybe I'm just spoiled with the devices that I have now. Everything's really fast, but it's just a little bit slow for me. So I think that's like just another minor grievance, but yeah, just minor things. And I think when I first got the car, there were a couple minor issues too that eventually got fixed over software update. So yeah, those things have been fixed. So yeah, for the most part, small things, but can't complain too much.
Cool. With the over-the-air things, is it ever jarring? Like you get in your car one day and you're like, hey, wait a minute. Like
it's different.
Yeah,
totally. I mean, it's never been like too different, but I'll definitely, hit the software update to update overnight or something, and then I'll get it in the morning and I'll notice some things that are different. Jarring, but not like, it doesn't break the car or anything for me or break my experience. Yeah.
So do you use the Tesla app?
I do use the app. Yeah, I have it running in the background pretty much 100% of the time.
Okay. Well, let's see, since you charge at home like almost all the time though, so I guess you don't really have to check
the remaining
Thing.
percentage.
Yeah.
Not too much.
But what other things can you do? So you can like summon the car, you can check your charging.
You can turn on Sentry mode remotely, open the trunk, open the frunk, unlock the car. You can honk the car, which my husband, I've added him as a user on the car, so he'll like troll me and honk. Not all the time, but usually when he's there, he'll troll me and he'll honk the car. Yeah, it's mean. You can schedule a service, mobile service, or service for the car through the app. So when my car, recently I took it in, and when it was in the service center, I was, just messaging back and forth with the technician just to, get updates and stuff like that.
Cool. How about Sentry mode? Do you use that?
Yes, 100% of the time. It's probably on right now. Yeah,
cool.
Just it gives me the peace of mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, I would definitely use that.
Yeah.
I've never had like any bad, I've never had my car broken into.
Yeah.
But.
Oh yeah, I should say I only use it in public. At home, I don't use Sentry mode because I park in a garage.
Okay.
But out in public, I'll use it.
Yeah. I would too. And my next car, hopefully, if it's not a Tesla, that has some kind of feature like that.
Right. Yeah, I should add that as one of my favorite features.
Okay.
Yeah, Sentry mode.
There you go.
Sweet.
Cool. It seems like you have a pretty positive experience with the Model 3.
Yeah.
Would you get that car again if like that one disappeared?
Yeah, I would get that car again. I would consider the Model Y also, just to get a little bit of a bigger car. Of course, that's more of an investment, but definitely would consider the Model 3 again, yeah.
Do you think you'd ever go back to a gas car?
I don't think so. I just really love the EV performance, and even like thinking about a future house, we're like thinking of investing in the solar and things like that too. So I think I've definitely transitioned over to the EV life.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. All right, so we're going to try summoning the car over here. Thank you, Audrey, for taking the time to have an interview on my new podcast. And I don't know how to end these things, so thank you.
Yay!
Bye. Summon. Connecting.
Okay.
What will?
Hold on. Go to.
Freaking out there.
It is freaking out.
Is that normal?
No. Well, I've only used it once, so I'm not really sure why it's doing that.
Okay, we got summon problems.
I'm just gonna push it to go.
Yeah,
See what
let's
happens.
And this is exactly what you were talking about. Mysterious.
Mysterious. Let me load the app again. Turn it off.
Yeah, try it.
Turn it off and on again.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what needs to happen. I don't know if it's me.
Probably not, because I feel like I've heard other people have problems.
Right?
Oh.
Okay. She's going forward.
It's very cautious.
But that's just forward.
Oh, okay.
Now let's see. Go to target.
This part will not be for the podcast listeners. All they hear is wind and like,
Yeah. I'm gonna set the target a little out, see what happens.
Yeah.
That's just forward.
Oh.
Well,
it can go forward.
it can go forward. I gotta tweet at Elon.
Okay, it's not looking promising so far.
Yeah.
Don't know
Sorry.
if we're gonna be able to have the car come over here.
Yeah.
Gotta be old-fashioned and walk to the car.
I know! What is this? Boo. Well, all right. I'm returning the car.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
That was the attempt, and
That's climactic. Oh no.
well, and that's a good example of what you were talking about and how it's sometimes doesn't quite work.
Sometimes I don't know. Is it user error? Is it me? Or is it, maybe it's just not very intuitive? I don't really know how it works exactly, but I guess.
We tried.
Sorry.